so first things first, let's talk about the basics of the wheel. These are 125 millimeters in diameter, 80 millimeters in width, and 70A durometer. Now the contact patch is 68 millimeters and the weight of the wheel is a little over 1.5 pounds or around 700 grams. So they're definitely not the lightest wheel on the market, but they are certainly not the heaviest, especially in the big urethane category. Now, as you can see, the new Madwheel 125 millimeters are dramatically bigger. Even the version 2s don't even come close to the diameter or the width or the contact patch as the new 125 millimeter Mad Max wheels. They also redesigned the larger Kugoo core. It's much stronger now. It has enhanced durability, which also helps with your stability while riding at higher speeds. And the new updated hollow pore technology with 15 hollow pockets gives you a smoother ride and definitely increases your comfort underneath your feet on bad roads. Now here are some pre-production 82A 125 millimeter Madwheels. I told them I'd be happy to actually help test these. These aren't for customers and to figure out what's comfortable, what's not. It was just simply to test the durability of the new core, especially with the harder durometer. And since I do a lot of beta testing for a lot of brands, this is no different. So the cores were strong as hell, but as you can probably guess, big wheels and hard durometer doesn't really mix. Then in November of 2024, I started beta testing the orange 70A 125 millimeter wheels. Now, I didn't really like these and I'm going to show you why and how, but stay to the end of the video. You're going to figure out what changed and how Mad eSkate really listens to the riders. Okay, so here is my experience input about the Madwheelz 125 millimeters. These are 70A durometer. Here's a 120 millimeter cloud wheel. As you can see, it's substantially wider. Now, in my personal opinion, super wide like this, very flat, is just simply not needed. The reason why is every time you carve heel toe, it takes way longer for the truck to send that energy and the wheel to tip side to side. So when you're digging in your cars, it's like you got to dig twice as hard because of this wheel width is so damn wide. Now, some may like that, some not. That's fine. That's my input. Secondly, you can see how deep this wheel goes. If I pinch my finger, this is all the wall right here. And the rest of this is basically your dampening. From here on is basically the edge of the wheel, which doesn't give you much dampening. I know it's a super soft wheel, super big, but in my personal opinion, that's really all your dampening you're getting. So only about from here to here, which helps with your dampening. Now this is a brand new 120 millimeter cloud wheel. As you can see, when I pinch this, the thickness of the wall starts very quickly. So my thumb right here indicates that you're having dampening starting right here and on. So it's much different from the Madwheel. Now I know some people love or hate these wheels, that's fine. I like them, they're not my favorite, but I like them. Now some people also complain about its small contact patch. After it wears down a little bit, the contact actually reaches over here and here as well. All you gotta do is wear it down. You see, here's a worn down one. You can see plenty of wear there, and it squares off a little bit. Some people may think you need this wide of wheel, and you simply don't. That's why I actually like the 120 millimeter cloud wheels the best as a big wheel. So when you're carving, cruising, you're gonna feel how huge this wheel really is underneath your feet. It's gonna be harder to control, and it's going to take a little bit more effort as a rider. Now that's just my experience input as a tester and a rider. Some of you may think very different, which of course I respect. So I sent that video to Mad eSkate and they said, you know what, Fred, you make some good points. We value your input, especially on wheels. So let us do some improvements and we'll get back to you. Now, everything I pointed out that I didn't really like is now improved. Now, the contact patch isn't abnormally wide anymore. It's just the right amount of contact patch along with still a big wheel, which retains that good medium of carvability, agility, and stability at the same time. Just the feeling and the surface of the orange pre-production wheels felt cheap. With the black production models, it feels good again. That classic Madwheel grip feeling that reminds me of a NASCAR race tire. And another main improvement is the edges don't feel super thin and squishy anymore. The new ones are firm, yet plenty of cushion to keep you comfortable while riding over bad terrain. So now it feels like a proper Madwheel again. It just is a lot bigger. So I think that comfort is the most important aspect when it comes to wheels in the e-skate community. I don't think it's the most important for me as a rider, but I do understand why the majority of the e-skate community prefers a very comfortable wheel. Now I'm gonna shoot straight here. I'm gonna be super honest, but I'm not trying to be insulting. If you ride these and you still feel uncomfortable, you complain about vibrations, even with bad roads, I'm sorry, maybe skating isn't for you. These feel freaking amazing. I give it a 9 out of 10. So if you're stuck in the realm of all-terrain tires because you love the comfort so much, but you want all the things the street wheels have to offer, along with maximum range, this is as close as it's gonna get. The only street wheel I know that's a little bit more comfortable than this is the meepo 110s, but those are pure rubber and they kill almost as much range as an all-terrain tire. For me, grip and predictability is the most important attribute of a good street wheel. Now, if you look closely, underneath the wheels is very bad roads. I'm still pushing the carve hard as hell, and while the road is covered in salt. Meanwhile, I'm still maintaining full control. In just 1 hour of riding, look how much salt I had to brush off my wheels with a paper towel. If this was any other street wheel, I 100% would break traction and possibly lose control. I think most street wheel formulas out there would be a very unpredictable slide, but with these, you don't have to worry. So with the slight improvements of this wheel, I gained back that agility that the orange pre-production wheels were lacking. And to be honest with you, now that I'm riding this giant wheel that has spectacular agility with superb comfort, it kind of evolves me as a rider to be even better and be more diverse. Because before, I never really liked big wheels. I always preferred smaller wheels. So now anytime I want to go for a ride with a big street wheel setup, this 100% is going to be the wheel of choice going on whichever board I choose. Not the onsra 115s, not the 120 clouds, not the meepo 110s, these. So here I'm going to do 10 miles per hour on a flat road and then let go of the throttle. And this will show you how remarkable these wheels roll. So I want to go over real quick, besides the wheels being super efficient, you have little to no rolling resistance and you're going on a cruise, try to pay attention to your thumb on the throttle. Unless you're doing a speed test or you're racing, we let go of the throttle a lot while we are riding. So utilizing such big wheels, yet still having such a smooth, great coasting feeling when I let go of the throttle is really important to me. Now, I wanted to do a full range test on the Zeus Pro with the 125 Madwheelz, but I simply couldn't. It was a high of 16 degrees Fahrenheit, and I also didn't want to expose my battery to those freezing temperatures. I only lost 1 bar and I did 15.5 miles. So that gives you an idea how the efficiency and range you will get with these wheels. Okay guys, acceleration test, Zeus Pro 45T with the 125mm Mad Max wheels. Turbo mode, almost full battery, on go. 1, 2, 3, go. Woo! Okay, let's try to do a top speed test. Let's do it. All right, let's check the rider app. So utilizing 45T pulleys, I got to 34 miles per hour on the Zeus Pro. So in my opinion, 45T for the Zeus Pro is a good medium of acceleration and top speed. Final thoughts. Now the 45T pulleys that they provide, I think are good for boards like the Wago AT2, the onboard Zeus lineup, the B1 Titan lineup, the ISINWHEEL V10, the Exway Atlas, and a few other boards in that lineup that aren't really known for high performance. But if you have something like the Evolve Diablo, the onsra Black Carve 3 Pro, the meepo Hurricane, the Belt Drive Nomad series from Ace Deck, or the Propel Pivot GT, and you're like me that loves the mid-range power when you hit the throttle at 20 miles per hour, I suggest 32, 36, or maybe even 38T pulleys. Now, if you're unfamiliar with pulleys, how they work and where to get them, I did a very in-depth video that has all the information you need. I'll put the link in the description. Now, are these wheels perfect? Unfortunately, that will never exist. But with these wheels, it is damn near perfect. You get insane grip, predictability, excellent comfort, tons of gear ratio options that allow you to customize the way you want your board to perform with outstanding stability, meanwhile retaining all of your range just like a traditional street wheel would. Also, the Mad E-Skate team is very knowledgeable. They're very involved with the e-skate community and they listen to the riders. That I very much appreciate. The companies that I had the most advice / criticism for are now either out of business or not making boards. A lot of brands are just too focused on specs and pricing, and that's it. Mad E-Skate is definitely here to stay. The wheels are currently $135 right now, which is the cheapest big street wheel out there, yet it's the best, biggest street wheel out there. No discount code, no affiliate link, just some good old-fashioned great news for the e-skate community and a product we will all love. Thanks for watching, guys.